You want to support Roland Martin Unfiltered? Be sure to join our Bring the Funk fan club. Every dollar that you give to us supports our daily digital show. There's only one daily digital show out here that keeps it black and keep it real as Roland Martin Unfiltered. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered daily digital show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. You can make this possible. The only black Republican in the U.S. House, not happy at all. He's upset, saying the Congressional Black Caucus is blocking him from joining. 42-year-old Byron Donalds from Florida says his staff has reached out to members of the CBC multiple times. They have not gotten an adequate response why he is not a member. Now, he has said that he was a member of the Black Caucus when he served in the Florida legislature. He believes he's being ignored because of his party affiliation. Now, when asked about Donalds' claim, the CBC gave us the following statement. The Congressional Black Caucus remains committed to fighting for issues that support black communities, including the police accountability bill, protecting voting rights, and a jobs bill that helps our communities. Boom, there you go. Now, Congressman Byron Donalds is going to join us on Monday's show, but he did go on a lot of media outlets talking about this issue after BuzzFeed actually reported this story. Watch this. Show that in a second. I just want to go to my panel. Let's go to Dr. Greg Carr, Chair of the Department of Afro-American Studies, Howard University, Reese Colbert, Black Women Views, and also glad to have in the chair, Georgia Fort, independent journalist. This is an interesting one here, Greg, in that, first of all, you've had black members before. Mia Love was a member of the Congressional Black Caucus when she represented Utah. You have Burgess Owens, who's not from Utah, not joining the CBC. Senator Tim Scott chose not to join as well. And so Donalds is really upset that he's not allowed over there. But keep in mind, this is the same guy who voted not to accept the electors, not to accept the results of the election of President Joe Biden. What do you make of his desire to join the Congressional Black Caucus? Should he, or should he be kept out?
Well, I'm glad he wants to be in. That's just because of phenotype, how he looks. But that's very different than politics and culture. This is a guy who got on Twitter today and said he applauded that corn-pone governor of Florida for banning critical race theory. He said, we must tell our country's great story of redemption and teach our children patriotism. All that be hate. But a difference of opinion is one thing. But when you vote not to certify a federal election, and, of course, he's a native of Crown Heights, Brooklyn, transplant, went to Florida State as undergrad, became a Christian at age 21. And you can see the Christianity threading through his comments. He's in a district that's over 100,000 plus on the side of Republicans in terms of registered folk. But this guy's not a serious guy. His profile is very stereotypical. Finally, he's joined a few clubs. In fact, I like what Ilhan Omar said. She said that club you created with Burgess Owens, Maria Salazar, and Carlos Jimenez and them, they call themselves the Freedom Force. They're against everything the squad stands for, except the squad didn't name themselves, fool. So, Byron, I'm glad you said it with your chest. Just realize that we all stand together. It's not going to stop you from being a victim of state violence. Go on into that good night, brother, especially when you're giving them the gun to shoot you with. So you just stay safe. We still on the same team in terms of phenotype, but the rest of that noise, take it on back over there to the Super Friends. No, Freedom Force, whatever that is y'all been created.
Reese, he says that his viewpoint should be accepted within the Congressional Black Caucus.
I mean, what is the viewpoint? Is it white supremacy? Because that sure as hell doesn't belong with the CBC. The CBC is the conscience of the Congress. They already get dragged enough for stuff that's not even accurate and not even fair. The last thing you need is a person who's working against the interests of the CBC and black folks altogether. This is nothing more than a stunt. He's very unserious, as Dr. Carr just pointed out. But this is a great way to raise his profile off the backs of black people, because, you know, the quickest way to become a martyr is to try to make it seem like black people are anti-conservatives, which we aren't. A lot of black people are conservatives, but black people are anti the white nationalist party. That is where he runs into an issue. And so if he were bringing something like fiscal conservatism or something that was traditionally associated with Republicans before they came all out, hoods off, Klan flags flying, the white nationalist party, then you could make the case for his inclusion. But This is nothing more than a stunt. And if he really did want to be in it, it was probably for nothing more than networking and access to donors and access to clout and to raise his profile. But I'm not buying it. And I think that the CBC is doing the absolute right thing by sticking to their guns on this.
Georgia?
Yeah, I agree with Reese. I think that he's a day late and a dollar short. If he wanted to be a part of the CBC, he should have said this a long time ago. He should have made it a priority in his career from the beginning. But instead, I think that he has prioritized his party affiliation, and he has been complicit on issues concerning the Black community. I want to know where was his concern about the CBC when Trump was in office and his administration was passing legislation that left Black people out. I want to know where his concern about the CBC was when the Capitol was being stormed. And so I think that it's very convenient. It reminds me of a saying they used to say a lot, growing up, that your Black card would be revoked, for certain things. And, I think that this brother has found himself in a bad situation, not just because of his party affiliation. Let's be clear. It's not just about the fact that he's a Republican. It's about where he stood on issues that concern the Black community.
Folks, back to our Roland Martin Unfiltered video in just one moment.
It's time to be smart. When we control our institutions, we win. This is the most important news show on television of any racial background. Y'all put $2, $3, $4, $5, $10, $15, $20, $30 on this and keep this going. What you've done, Roland, since this crisis came out in full bloom. Anybody watching this, tell your friends. Go back and look at the last 2 weeks, especially of Roland Martin Unfiltered. I mean, hell, go back and look at the last 2 days. You've had sitting United States senators today, Klobuchar and Harris. Whatever you have that you can bring to Roland Martin Unfiltered to support it, please do, because this information may literally save your life.
Watch Roland Martin Unfiltered daily at 6 p.m. Eastern on YouTube, Facebook, or Periscope, or go to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Support the Roland Martin Unfiltered Daily Digital Show by going to RolandMartinUnfiltered.com. Our goal is to get 20,000 of our fans contributing $50 each for the whole year. You can make this possible. RolandMartinUnfiltered.com.